welcome to Today with Adeyinka. This is another episode where I talk about matters that matter. But today we are looking at something that appears to be a rumor. I don't know if you've heard that the federal government is planning to ban Instagram, the social media platform we all know. And Adeyinka is beginning to wonder that is it a kind of publicity stunt, or is it that they are serious about it? In as much as I know that anything that has positive side has negative sides, in as much as I know that a lot of youth are in depression today, are going through depression today because of what they can see and what they can feel on Instagram, especially. But again, I also think it's a misplaced priority on the part of federal government if the story or if the news is true. Because let's look at the pros and cons. Let's look at people that are fending for their family from the proceeds they get from their Instagram accounts. And you know, where I read it, what I read there is that the federal government is saying, and I quote, that a lot of youth, that Instagram has become that platform where a lot of youth think, or a lot of internet users think they can do and undo, where they can post things here and there, either true or not true. I know that a lot of news are on Instagram that are not censored, and that's what we are clamoring for. That before you can put out a news, it should be true. You should have done your findings. You should have investigated. But again, I think it's a misplaced priority on the part of federal government. If with all the challenges that is assailing us as a country, as a nation, if what they are thinking about is how to ban Instagram, I know a whole lot of people, a whole lot of youths, a whole lot of entrepreneurs that are getting so much legitimately on Instagram. And let's look at people that have benefited. For example, let's look at the comedians. Let's look at the social media influencers, the Instagram influencers. There are actually some celebrities that only has Instagram handle. They don't have Facebook, they don't have Twitter. And federal government thinks, okay, if it is true, if it is true that they want to ban Instagram, are there no other things we should look at? Are there no pressing problem that we should look at as a nation, we should look at as a people? We have Boko Haram, we have Fulani herdsmen, we have insecurities, we have SARS, as the case may be. And the only thing we are talking about is to ban Instagram. I know a lot of people will say, oh, there must be reason for them to say that. But I think I have my own reason, because I've reasoned it out. I think the only problem this government has presently is social media. Because the mainstream media, as far as Adeyinka is concerned, is biased. Because I can't imagine a newspaper now or a TV station, the regular TV station, not online TV station, want to publish a news bad news or something. You know, the power that be will just call and say, no, pull it down. But I think it's because they don't have control over what goes on social media, especially Instagram. And I think that is still the sanity we have in the system today, because, you know, when you walk into offices, when you walk into situations, and you are left no choice than to start recording, they are already scared and skeptical. They are worried about where the video will go to. And again, it puts them in check. I've had issues where, you know, I make myself in a situation and I'll be like, okay, if you think what you are doing is legit, if you think what you are doing is right, let me do a live video now and let's see what the world has to say about it. And immediately everybody puts themselves in check. So as far as I am concerned, I think if it is true that they want to ban it, they are banning it for their own ulterior motive, because they feel a lot of the atrocities in the system are being exposed by this, or exposed with this social media stuff. And let's also consider the number of employments that has come with Instagram. People staying in their rooms, they stay in the comfort of their bedrooms with their phone on Instagram. They make legitimate money by the day. I remember sometimes, I think during Fashola administration, when they banned Okada, in as much as they did their study and they realized that if you go to emergency session in Lasut or in Luth, a lot of accidents there, a lot of victims are just because of bikes, and they said they should ban it. But then, if I cast your memory back, you remember that we started having these petty local thieves because a lot of youths were left with no job, so they had no options than to take to theft, robbery, and these tiny activities that shouldn't be. So if federal government is actually saying they want to ban it, please, I think you should put things in the right direction. You could put policies that will make people be worried if they want to do something wrong, something that are not censored, that are not confirmed. During the last attack, the xenophobia attack, there were a lot of videos that actually surfaced online that were not recent happenings. Some didn't even happen in South Africa, and it caused a lot of issues. It caused a lot of concern in the system, in the country. But then there are ways to do things like this. My mom would say you can't throw the baby and the bath water away. In as much as social media is having a negative effect on you, the federal government or the policy or the country, but what about the positive effect? It's true that social media has caused a lot of people to be in depression. The same thing, social media has also helped a lot of people out of depression. Thanks so much for listening, and this program is sponsored by Wire Africa. Wire Africa is a group of women in real estate in Africa as a whole, coming together, talking about issues, talking about challenges, talking about solutions in the industry. Join me again on another episode of Today with Adeyinka. Thank you and stay tuned. Bye.